grace period to see what is happening. It is on the increase. Billahi wallahi talai. I will carry those sentences to the letter. I gave 4 years. And instead of people heeding my warning, it is going too far. And I'm going to put a stop to it. I don't want any religious leader to come and beg me for clemency. I'm not going to do that. That is what I'm going to tell you. Because I've been giving warnings, and 4 years today, it is on the increase. Especially killing somebody in the month of Ramadan. We have 2 so-called Muslims. Disagreement because of a second wife. The guy said he was going to shoot the first wife together with the children, and he did that. This one says over a bag of rice at 6 a.m. when people are fasting, and you tell your wife, I will kill you. And then you carry out, you kill the woman, your wife, because of a bag of rice and because of a second wife. But where are we heading to? It is unacceptable. And so you all are aware that 4 years ago, I swore 4 times that all, I will carry the rule of law to the letter. And I gave a 4 years grace period.
There were as well commendations for the management and staff of the Gambia Radio and Television Services for the quality programs aired during the holy month. The president of the Supreme Islamic Council and a representative of the Mandinka Society said they were satisfied by the level of seriousness given to religious sermons during the period by the national broadcaster. Imam Lamin Toure went on to explain the rationale for aligning our religious activities with Mecca. It is simply a question of unity in worship, as dictated by our religion, he said. He went on to call for unity in the Ummah, a call also made by the Imam Ratib of Banjul, Al-Haji Cherno Aliu Maska. Both men have also earlier cited the many generous gestures and assistance rendered to the populace by the Gambian leader, especially during the holy month of Ramadan. The Minister of Presidential Affairs and National Assembly Matters and the Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, Dr. Njoguba, the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, Fatou Lamin Faye, and that of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Dr. Mamadou Tangara, all spoke at the ceremony. There were a series of presentations to the Gambian leader, one from the Lebanese community in the Gambia and the other from the Fuller community. The Gambian leader returned the compliments with special packages as his salibo for all those present at the program. Abdinjai, GRTS.
Officials of the Basic and Secondary Education Ministry and other development partners Monday met to officially launch the New Jersey Center for Teaching and Learning. The pilot project, funded by the World Bank to the tune of $500,000, is expected to significantly enhance the teaching of mathematics and physics. Samuel Ba tells us more.
It could be best described as the first substantial initiative towards addressing the seemingly unsolvable equation, the challenge associated with the teaching and learning of mathematics and physics in our school systems. The launching of the $500,000 World Bank-funded project, conceptualized about a year ago for enhancing the teaching of mathematics and physics, also follows a training program for teachers from identified schools that are no doubt part of the solution process.
Officially launching the program today, but for the next coming 10 days, Bob and his colleague from New Jersey will be training about 24 teachers from our schools. I mean, about 4 teachers or assistant lecturers from the University of the Gambia. I mean, the staff of my directorate plus somebody from the inside. So in total, we're targeting about 32 participants.
Here we are today gathered, having in our hands $500,000 from the World Bank fully to support the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, and all geared towards improving the teaching of maths and physics.
The project, successfully implemented in New Jersey in the USA, is believed to have the effectiveness of revolutionizing the teaching of mathematics and the sciences, even for persons without prior background in the subject areas.
This is an area where not only the Gambia, but many developing countries are struggling to address. And it looks like there is no solution. But I can tell you we have now got a solution. This is the solution, because as Mr. Hydra rightly said, I was convinced that it could change. the teaching of science in this, country. But I was more convinced when I saw it happen in New Jersey.
His message was also re-emphasized by Minister Fatou Lamin Faye, who maintains that the noble initiative will in no small measure help in addressing the country's needs in the area of sciences. She was particularly appreciative of the efforts of the Vice Chancellor of the University of the Gambia for connecting her ministry to the New Jersey Center for Teaching and Learning.
We all know that there is no nation that can develop without the development of its science and technology. We have seen countries like Singapore and the others. And we have been talking about the Singapore of Africa being Gambia for a very long time. And we never got around to being able to put in place what it would take to make that happen. But now I think we've seen the light at the end of the tunnel.
With 2012 declared the Year of Science and Technology, this could be one of the many contributions of the ministry into the activities of the Year of Science for the country, a signal by all and sundry to improve the sciences.
This is one of the first tangible initiative in terms of touching the lives of those who are going to touch the lives of our future scientists. So it is important in that light. If you have the opportunity, as we all do, to see what my colleague Bob has or continues to do, not only in the United States, but also in Latin America, when this information came to my view, I couldn't help but jump on the opportunity. The truth of the matter is, for such a pilot, naturally, we would have taken it to a bigger African country. And we did talk about perhaps going to Nigeria when we first met at Stevens.
Bob Goodman is the lead facilitator and executive director of the New Jersey Center for Teaching and Learning. In a PowerPoint presentation, he threw light on the classical space of learning and teaching, something he believes the teacher and the student should be co-actors in the process. This pilot project, targeting 12 schools, is expected to be rolled out to other schools across the country. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
A personnel management office-sponsored week-long leadership training for members of the Gambia Armed Forces came to an end recently at the Management Development Institute. As Itumane reports, the training is aimed at improving the skills of the participants.
The Leadership and ICT training course, meant to equip the officers with leadership skills and access to modern information communication technology skills, marks another milestone in the history of training in the Gambia Armed Forces. Speaking at the closing ceremony, Navy Captain Sambo Barrow described the training as timely, since GAF, he went on, is undergoing immense transformation with emphasis on ICT advancement.
Communication technology, therefore, is now a decisive factor in all kinds of combats, be it land, air, or sea. It is, of course, the vision of His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces to have an armed forces that represents the nation's pride, as well as an epitome of excellence in the sub-region and beyond. The realization of this vision cannot be achieved without organizing training programs of this nature to educate our officers on what it takes to become a leader.
Navy Captain Barrow urged the beneficiaries to make best use of the knowledge gained and stressed on information sharing in the armed forces. For her part, Dr. Jena Bakar, Director General Management Development Institute, spoke of the importance of the training given current challenges in safety and security witnessed all over the world, coupled with African public service reforms where officers are challenged to respect budget constraints and to be prudent in using public resources.
Due to unprecedented demographic growth, the advent of information technology, cybercrime and terrorism, and the diverse development needs throughout Africa, the security machinery is challenged to adapt their objectives and service